Hi, thanks for checking out my video. I'm Olivia, and today I'm going to be doing a single Saturday. So this video is part of a collab that was started by Kay at Makeup Lens. I will link her channel down below. But essentially the idea is just to focus on the single shadows in your collection, whether that be single pans of eyeshadow, eyeshadow sticks, super shocks, all of the above. I thought this little collab series was a really good idea. I've been trying to focus on using more of my singles throughout 2026, and I've been making a point to reach for a few singles in every Shop My Stash video. I've been finding it a little helpful just to have a few in my everyday makeup drawer. It makes me actually think about using them more often. So yeah, I feel like this video is just a good opportunity to push myself even more to use my singles. My idea was to do this type of video maybe for every Shop My Stash that I film. I potentially might do it monthly if I'm in a little bit more of a better routine with filming, but I've been really busy with work lately. But either way, this is actually the second of these that I'm doing since my last Shop My Stash. So some of these products might be familiar if you watched my last one of these videos. But I had a little extra time to film today, and I feel like some of these singles could use a little bit more love, so I thought I would do another one anyway. So if you saw my last single Saturday or my last Shop My Stash, you might have already seen these before, but these are the products that I have in my everyday makeup drawer. So I have two Super Shocks from ColourPop. This one's in the shade Corsage, and this one is Boutonniere. And then I'd also reached for this liquid shadow from Marc Jacobs, and I did use this in my last single Saturday video. This one is the shade Shimmy Dip. So those were the singles I was kind of focusing on for the last couple months, really. I've used all of them at least once or twice, obviously not very much, but that's probably more than I would have otherwise. But I did also film another video where I pulled for another single. The theme of that video was kind of trying to create something ethereal, and I'd reached for this kind of liquid jello-y shadow from REM Beauty. This one's in the shade Touch, and I kind of wanted to use this one again today. I might still dip into Boutonniere for an inner corner, but when I was thinking of doing this video this morning, I don't know, I was just kind of drawn to this one. And I decided to pair that single with quite the throwback. I'm going to be using the Tarte In Bloom. So yeah, I'm going to prime my eyes and let's just get started. Hopefully the sunshine in the back doesn't throw everything off with the lighting too much. So I'm going to be going pretty basic today, obviously. But I'm going to start with Flower Child all over the crease, and I'm going to deepen it up a little bit with Smarty Pants. I'm not sure what it is, but I've been in a little bit of an eyeshadow funk lately. I feel like I haven't really been enjoying a lot of the looks I've been doing, and I don't know if it's because I've been doing too much or just like rushing. But I mean, you'll see my next palette roundup video too if you are interested in watching those. I do try to include a lot of looks that I do on like a daily basis. And I don't know, I just feel like it was an off month. I just, for the most part, really haven't been feeling most of what I've been creating. So I felt like today it was safe just to do something really basic. I was planning on using that single as really the main kind of star of the show today. And I don't want anything too structured. So that's why I'm going pretty light in the crease. I'm probably just going to put that single shadow all over the lid. And then if time permits, I might do a little wing detail. And I have been going in with Smarty Pants already to deepen everything up. The shades aren't hugely different, so I felt like I had to tell you. Just going back in with a little bit of Flower Child, just to really make sure it's as blended and seamless as possible. I think since this is more like a liquid or jelly shadow, I'm going to do the wing first, just so I don't have to go over top of it when it starts to dry down. And I think I'll use the shade Activist. And I'll just do a little bit on the lower lash line. I could see that light on my face. And I'm just blending out the lower lash line with Smarty Pants, just to soften that a little bit more. Alright, so this is pretty much going to be like the base of the look. Again, I wanted something super simple and easy. I have to leave for work soon, so I'm just going to go in with a little bit of Touch, and I'm just going to pop that all over the lid. This is definitely a little bit dried out, but I feel like it's fine. I'm still getting that really like dispersed kind of sparkly effect that I wanted. And I feel like it's also pretty easy to layer. I don't know if it is always like that or if it's because it's a little bit dry, but Either way, I might have got a little carried away because it is a bit dried. So I got a couple small glittery chunks. I feel like I was able to scrape most of them off, but there might be a couple extra large pieces in there. I think instead of Boutonniere, I'm actually going to use the shade Charmer on the inner corner. Boutonniere is just a bit more of like a warmer champagne, and I feel like because the shimmer's like on the greeny teal side, I just wanted something more basic. So this matte white should be just fine. Alright, so this is pretty much going to be the eye look. I'm going to finish it up with some mascara and I'll be back to show you the final outcome. Alright, so here is the finished look. It is very soft, it's very neutral and basic, but this is really exactly what I was feeling today. Again, I didn't have a lot of time and I also didn't really have the energy after like not really feeling my makeup the last few days. So I just want something easy, and sometimes I feel like that's equally impactful. I think it looks really pretty. I really like the effect of these kind of jelly type shadows, especially when they have a little bit of iridescence to them like this shade does. I just feel like it gives a little bit of those ethereal vibes. I know I've been referencing those a lot in my videos lately, but again, it's kind of my vibe lately. That's what I've been into. And I like that I could do something simple while still kind of incorporating that theme or aesthetic as well. Before I wrap up, I'll just quickly show you the color products that are on my face in case you're interested. For my bronzer and powder, I'm using this Complexion Trio by Alamar Cosmetics. I used this blush from Pat McGrath. This one's in the shade Aphrodite Amore. And I'm using the Pastel Plexi Glow Highlighter from Natasha Denona. For mascara, I'm still using the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. The lip combo obviously starts with Makeup Forever, and I'm using the Wherever Walnut lip pencil. And then I'm using the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine Gloss. I don't know if they make these anymore, but this one's in the shade Fuel. So yeah, that is everything I'm wearing. I'm gonna go to work, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for spending your time watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!